Welcome back, everybody. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about AMC. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investor journey together. Today we're going to be doing a video about AMC, where I actually think AMC is going to be headed, and is AMC going to go through a short squeeze? And if it does go through a short squeeze, what price do I personally think it's going to be going to? I just want everybody to know that everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. All right, so let's talk about AMC, currently sitting at $9.20. Looking at the 1 week chart, up 2.11%, which isn't too bad, but looking at the 1 month chart, it's down 30% of its value, right? A lot of people kind of starting to lose hope in AMC stock. You know, is AMC stock eventually going to be able to run? You know, what's the future of AMC? Is it eventually going to go through a short squeeze? Well, there's a lot of things that are kind of playing in characteristic right now about stocks like AMC and GameStop. Like I said, there's a lot of people out there who are kind of diamond handing it, you know, expecting a squeeze to eventually happen. Do I think a squeeze is eventually going to happen for AMC stock? Yes, I do. You know, I've made videos about this before where I do think that AMC stock is eventually going to go through a short squeeze. Now, here's some interesting facts. You know, a lot of people are like, okay, right now AMC struggling to even kind of stay afloat. AMC has not been doing well at all. What makes you think that AMC stock is going to be able to actually make a run? What makes you think that AMC stock is going to not continue to fall and eventually hit, you know, $2 or $3? Well, there's a lot of circumstances that are definitely surrounding AMC stock, but let's take a look at some of the facts that we've seen over the last couple of days. One, AMC shorts are continuing to grow. So there's more people out there who are continuing and adding to their short positions in AMC stock. Do I think this is a good idea? No, I do not. Because like I said, you know, with the power of retail traders, you know, there's enough of them to be able to push these stocks up. You know, we definitely saw with the GameStop stock that there was a lot of, you know, hedge funds that did lose a lot of money from GameStop stock because they were shorting it. A lot of people claiming that, you know, with AMC, you know, hedge funds aren't going to let it run. Hedge funds are not going to let it pass a specific amount of price, you know, so, you know, just give up hope on AMC stock. But I don't think it really technically works that way. Yes, there is a lot of market manipulation that people do attribute to AMC stock not really doing well over the last couple, you know, of weeks or even the last month. But for me, when you look at it from a broader perspective, you know, if hedge funds were as smart as, you know, people claim to be, or they claim that, you know, that AMC stock is not going to run, how come they didn't prevent GameStop's run? You know, I'm sure at some point, you know, they saw the media that they somewhat should have prepared for AMC stock GameStop stock to actually make a historic run. Like I said, hedge funds losing millions, if not billions and billions of dollars on GameStop stock. And people say, okay, they're not going to let it happen again. But if these hedge funds were, you know, so smart, then they wouldn't have let it happen the first time, causing a lot of these companies to lose billions of dollars. With AMC stock, I do attribute it to the same thing. I don't think it's a very good idea to basically short AMC stock. Like I said, you know, these hedge funds are smart people, and I'm not doubting their trading strategies. I think shorting is a very good trading strategy. If you're good at it, you lock in profits and you don't get too greedy. But as the short flow continues to increase in AMC stock, you know, people are going to strive to want to juice out that squeeze. That's just kind of how it goes down. You know, you take a look at the 1 year chart here. We can definitely see, you know, this thing was trading around $2 to $5 a share, and we see this gamma squeeze that happened on January 27th, 2021, which I do think that AMC stock could have ran a lot higher if a lot of brokerages didn't actually limit the trading on the stocks and only allowing people to actually sell their positions instead of actually adding to their positions. I do think that AMC stock could have definitely risen a lot higher, but now we're sitting in kind of a central point where AMC is not really doing anything. People, like I said, are diamond handing their positions, because they're waiting for this squeeze to actually happen. And so for me, like I said, personally, on a personal note, I do think that AMC squeeze is eventually going to happen. Like I said, it's not really in control of just the hedge funds alone. Like I said, there's enough retail traders out there, if they really wanted to be able to push AMC stock upward. There's a lot of optimism surrounding AMC stock. AMC has actually gotten a couple of analyst upgrades over the last month or so. You know, people are still diamond handing it. And as, you know, the world continues to reopen back up, vaccines getting rolled out, you know, California, New York, a lot of states with big box offices are starting to open back up as well. People are optimistic that AMC is definitely going to make a run. For me personally, even from an investment standpoint, I do think that AMC is going to start seeing a trickle upward. This is aside from the short squeeze. You know, I know a lot of people are holding the stock just for the short squeeze, but even taking it from an investment perspective, you know, the next earnings, you know, they're not going to be as bad as we saw in 2020. You know, in 2020, AMC lost $4.59 billion. It's a lot of money for AMC stock to be losing. Why is that? Because, you know, it was at actually the peak of the pandemic where AMC was losing all this money. Now that things have definitely gotten, you know, a little bit better, AMC is not going to see that low rut that it did see, you know, last year in the year of 2020. as earnings continue to increase, as people continue to flood back to movie theaters, this is definitely going to drive a stock price upward, and it's definitely going to help the momentum push AMC stock up as well. But if we dive in and we actually take a look at AMC and the kind of the short squeeze potential behind it, AMC just needs to be put in the right circumstance for it to actually go through a short squeeze. Now, people say, oh, it's never going to squeeze, it's never going to go through it. See, the thing is, it's not something you can really predict. You know, no one really knew that GameStop was going to hit $500 a share. No one predicted it. People have been talking about it for a while, saying that, you know, there's a lot of people out there who are shorting GameStop stock. You know, it's not going to eventually squeeze, but eventually it did. And I do think that we do definitely see the same upside potential for AMC stock. Like I said, you know, this is a test. You know, a lot of hedge funds think that they're going to push the stock price down, you know, making a lot of people lose money. But like I said, the same thing happened with GameStop stock. And, you know, like I said, there's a lot of retail traders out there. There's a lot of retail traders out there enough to make an impact. Now, I don't know about overall market manipulation and how that kind of affects the game. But if it's just straight hedge funds versus retail traders, like I said, retail traders do have enough power. They do have enough money to be able to make stock moves, which is why sometimes a lot of the Reddit Street, you know, Wall Street Bets is banning a lot of talks of specific stocks because they don't want the same thing to happen as last time. But if AMC is put in the right circumstance where it could actually go up and the price actually continues to climb, this is going to make people start covering their short positions. Now, how does this cause a short squeeze? Because the thing is, these people are shorting millions and millions of shares. You know, they're not shorting 1,000 shares or 5,000 shares. They're shorting millions of shares. So all these millions of shares continue to have to be covered with AMC stock. Not even half of the people have actually covered their short positions. You know, there's a pretty high short flow on AMC Entertainment as an overall stock. You know, one enough to actually be able to push up a short squeeze. So this could definitely pay off if the stock is able to be driven up high enough to where people actually fear to the point where they actually have to cover their positions. Overall, you look at it on paper, it could be worth it in the long run. There's a lot of people out there who are waiting for it. They're patiently waiting for it, and they're probably getting tired of waiting for it as well. But if people do have enough patience, their time could actually come. And like I said, if AMC stock does squeeze, I do think it's going to be a big squeeze. Some people have some outrageous price targets, whether it's 500, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. You know, on paper, theoretically, it is possible for AMC stock to hit these prices. But for me, I know that, you know, a lot of people saying, you know, with my price targets, $500 is pretty conservative. You know, some people think it can go a lot higher. Some people think that, you know, AMC stock can actually hit $1,000. It is theoretically possible on paper because stocks do have unlimited upside potential, right? So they can go up as high as they want. You know, if there's not something to actually regulate it altogether, you know, stocks are able to be driven up to theoretically infinity, although it's not possible for a stock to hit infinity. On paper, a stock can climb up as much as it needs to. And if these shorts are covering millions and millions of positions, then this will continue to drive the stock price up. Retail traders will continue to buy on the stock price up, which is going to continue to drive the stock price higher and higher, which is why I think it's theoretically possible for AMC to go through a short squeeze, and why I actually do think that AMC stock, when it does go through a short squeeze, is going to hit a very high price, a high price that most people probably couldn't even predict. But with that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. Let me know down in the comment section below, guys, what you think of AMC stock. Do you guys think AMC stock is going to go through a short squeeze? If you guys own AMC stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.